My name is Anthony Lapani, and I have best job in the world. I'm a YouTuber. Well, I mean, being a superstar athlete is pretty damn sweet. I might have to consider it if the Lakers or the Philadelphia Eagles were looking for some help this upcoming season and perhaps looking to get in touch with me. Some kind of contract negotiations or something, link in the description below. I would have to probably entertain the phone call, wouldn't you? But for now, I am just happy being a good old-fashioned content creator. But that happiness doesn't negate the constant intake of stress and frustration that comes along with this job.
I got quite a frightening call the other day from Anthony. He said I have a few days to make a clip. I ignored it. Then I understood what the YouTube mafia is all about because I got a phone call from Vanessa. I don't want any trouble, so I'm making this right now.
All right, Anthony. This is for you, my friend.
Most frustrating video.
You know, it's a normal part of YouTube. It's a normal part of the process.
Here we go. Ow!
Frustration.
A frustrating experience since I started making content.
Alright y'all, so I'm here to tell you about one of the most frustrating things for me when it comes to making a video.
One of the worst videos that I ever made.
Color is something I struggle with because I just cared about being choppy and good music and fast pacing and all that stuff.
As many creators do, I waited till the last minute to make a video, even though I had it for like a week before the NDA was up.
And what color I think about last, as you should, but I struggle with it.
I had a ton of dislikes on the video, and all of the comments, literally almost every single one of them, was, "You're an idiot, you're stupid."
A few years back, I wanted to try something different in my content creation journey.
For me, it was never about making content. It was about putting myself out there.
So I kicked off an absolutely massive project, and I poured my heart and my soul into it.
Those 40 or 50 videos in the beginning when I wasn't so natural on camera.
I think 3 camera, 2 audio, and 1 drone setup was just too much for me to handle in post-processing.
The hardest part will always be putting yourself out there, putting yourself out of your comfort zone.
And I'm so sad to say that almost 2 terabytes of it is just sitting in storage collecting digital dust to this day.
In general, I find camera reviews pretty frustrating to make.
If you're making YouTube videos and you care about them and you want them to look really good, you're gonna get frustration.
And these cameras have tons and tons of features, and everyone else has already talked about them before. So there comes a point when you're making it, you're like, what's the point?
Today, for example, I filmed this segment right here and my microphone died. I sent a message to Anthony saying I'm really sorry. Please don't send anyone to me.
I really just didn't know what the hell I was doing. But guess what? I know what I'm doing now. And them colors is popping.
But the point is, you're putting your spin on it. You're putting your thoughts out there for your viewers and people that follow you to watch. They value your opinion.
After kind of sleeping it off all day, because I stayed up all night, I took the video down after about a week because it was just too many negative comments. I literally just unlisted it. I decided to just move on, make another one, and just keep plugging away.
Remember that when you're making any form of video. Yes, it might have been done before, but they're watching it because of you.
I reached out to some of my friends and I asked them to send me some of their most frustrating stories about being a content creator. And after going through them all one by one, fantastic stories by the way, I realized they didn't really matter because they all had the same general idea and attitude towards frustration on this platform. This is an entire group filled with full-time successful creators. People that you might look at and say, I'd like to be where they are one day in terms of success. And yet everyone here goes through ups and downs and things go wrong constantly. Constantly. The great Rocky Balboa once said, you, me, or nobody's gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. I made a list of everything I struggle with as a full-time content creator. And to be honest, this list isn't gonna be easy to read to you guys. I know it always helps me when I hear other people that share the same issues and problems that I have, then I don't feel like I'm alone in the situation. So Here we go. I find myself frustrated with my numbers, which in turn can cause me to question my work, which is stupid, which then snowballs into me being less motivated, which means less uploads, which means even worse numbers. It's like this weird vicious cycle that it just doesn't end unless you just bust out of it. If that means putting out more videos that maybe aren't as searchable and clickable and have as many keywords in it or new products or whatever it may be, I just want to put more content out there. So this is something I'm struggling with, and this is something that I will conquer. All right, this next one is absolutely going to be the hardest one to say out loud. I think people naturally think things like this in their own brain and maybe talk about it, you know, with their family or their loved ones or their small group of friends, but content creators really aren't supposed to say things like this because it comes across as kind of lame. But I'm going to say it because I'm a human being. I get very frustrated with seeing my peers around me that are in the same field as me grow at a much faster pace than I'm seeing, or than I'm seeing my career move at this point. And I'm not exactly sure why. I'm not sure why it's happening. It's probably my fault. Maybe I don't hustle hard enough. I don't feel like I put enough videos out on a normal basis. I don't feel like I'm uploading enough content. Maybe my content just sucks. Maybe I suck and I don't know it. Who knows? People don't normally know when they suck. My SEO probably needs improving. Either way, whatever it is, that frustration and concern is really high on my list. And it was really hard to say out loud to you guys. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep that in, because it doesn't sound right. Again, sure, we all feel this way as creators, but to actually say it to the public, it doesn't feel right. It feels really pathetic almost. Moving on. Another one is I want to do so much more than just this camera and tech crap every video. But the problem is when I do experiment every now and then, the numbers are just atrocious. It's like you guys are not interested in it at all, which makes me think that you guys don't want to see that from my channel. It's going to come down to either me just uploading and not giving a crap, or starting a new channel and just doing the vlogs on there. I really don't want to do that though. I'd like to just keep most of this on one channel. When you're niche down and you're only doing the tech stuff, you're almost in like a creative, I don't want to say prison, but boot camp. But I think that that's going to be probably the easiest to fix out of all of these, because I'm just going to start filming and uploading and not caring what any of you guys think. All right, and the last thing that I struggle with is something that doesn't even feel like it should be something I struggle with, because I have a business background. I've owned businesses. But this right here it's hard for me. So the last thing that I struggle with is promoting myself and my ideas from a business standpoint. Because the reality of it is that this is our full-time job as full-time creators. And if we can't make some kind of income from it, bye-bye to your favorite creator. Bye-bye, promise you. I keep telling myself to make a Patreon, but I have zero courage. And I do look at other channels with worse numbers than mine, and they already have Patreons up and like 15, 20 patrons supporting their channel, and that's beautiful. But for me, I have no balls to do it. I'll tell a stranger off in the middle of Walmart, no problem. You want to go for a ride in my trunk? I got room in there. But when it comes down to asking people that already support this channel on a regular basis to go out and support me even more, nope. I curl up like a cheese doodle. My huevos rise up into my arms. I get a similar feeling to what I imagine that stage fright feels like. I've never had stage fright. I don't suffer from stage fright, but I think this is what it feels like. And then I go online and I go to patreon.com and then I go to my profile and I go, I'm not ready yet. This channel isn't ready yet. I didn't do enough yet. These shirts, for example, it took me forever to put these out. I was working on these designs for months. The fabric had to be premium. The colors had to be perfect. Not on this. This is black and white, but on the Stay Balanced, the colors had to all be right. And I finally found somebody to do the job right, and it worked out. But I was still a little insecure about it. Luckily, I pushed through it. So even though it terrifies me, I'm actually starting to sweat right now just talking about this. I have a link in the description to an official Anthony Lapani Patreon membership. And thank you in advance for anybody that decides to show some support. And there's some pretty cool perks down there. There's 3 tiers if you want to check it out. Is it weird to say, like, I like to hear other people's struggles? I don't think so. It's not that I like your guys' misery. I just like knowing that maybe some of us share the same struggles. So if you're not too embarrassed, maybe put some of your biggest insecurities and frustrations that you deal with, even if you're not a content creator, whatever it is, do me a favor, share your story down below. I think everybody, once it gets going, everybody will appreciate reading each other's stories. The Lakers and Philadelphia Eagles on a conference call? Hello? Magic Johnson? Huh. Yeah, I'm available next season. What do you need?
Comes to find out, that's what HLG3 is. And you gotta convert it in whatever editing software you have. So I was looking like a fool, thinking I was measured up on my camera, but in reality, I really didn't. My bad, Anthony.
Speaking of things not really working out your way, I tried to beat that thing into submission and it wouldn't pay attention to me. Having 3 cameras wouldn't behave. So here I am on a webcam. Okay, let me tell my story about the other time things went wrong. And thanks for doing the collab with me.
So I find myself in this position quite a lot, having to relax myself, because there are times when I come to finishing a 10-minute film and I realized my microphone's not charged, or I realize I completely screwed up some technical information and I start again.
But the point is, you're putting your spin on it. You're putting your thoughts out there for your viewers and people that follow you to watch. They value your opinions. And remember that when you're making any form of video. Yes, it might have been done before, but they're watching it because of you. Is that what you're looking for? I hope that's what you're looking for.
And after millions of views and 700,000 subs later, I still have the same advice. Whatever you think about doing when you're alone, nobody's around you, that's you. Embrace that. You should absolutely do that. I don't want to say like motivational cliche stuff, but I really do mean that. Trust me when I say you will thank yourself later. Thanks for my boy Anthony for having me. Salute.
I stayed up all night editing the video because, again, I did it at the last minute, and my dog was barking that morning just continuously for some reason. And the dog was barking. I picked up the dog and threw her in the trash can. I didn't even think about it. It was like this weird kind of out-of-body experience where I think I was obviously sleep deprived, and obviously I didn't harm my dog.
PETA, people, if you're watching.
The Osmo action camera review was the worst video I ever made, and I learned a lot from it, but man, it was quite a ride.